Okay, that's interesting. Do you hear me? Yes? Okay, that's interesting. Just 1 second and we start. So please, can you write again your name, your city, your country, your name, your country, okay? Say hi to everyone. Thanks a lot. 3 minutes, we start. So Qatar, good, Agadir, Bogadir, Agadir, good. A lot of Moroccans here. Yeah, Jordan, Algeria, good. Asila in Morocco, that's interesting. All right, Kinitra, Rashidia, Bouzakel, Morocco. Salih, Kiznit, good. Zagura, Rabat, Saudi Arabia, Casablanca. All right, Algeria. Sidi Ifni Wadzam from Morocco, that's interesting. Okay, Casablanca, Libya, wonderful. Okay, Algeria again, good. Jordan again, all right. So we have different Arab countries. Yeah. All right. Thanks a lot. Good. So now we are going to start the third day, the third session. So the first session was about approaches and methods in teaching and learning. The second day, the second session was about how to teach grammar communicatively. It was a great session, by the way, because a lot of questions, comments, feedback, all right? So we learned from each other. I really learned from your questions, feedback, remarks. It was a good session. All right. So just to remind you, this is a short program or a short TEFL course organized by Global Bus Foundation and Tucasso Academy here in Morocco. The course is 8 days from Tuesday to Friday, all the time at 8 p.m., 2 hours. Then you have 1 hour for assignment. Every day we give you 1 hour for the assignment. We give you the code of the Google Classroom, and then you can share your assignment there. At the end, you are going to cover 20 hours. So today we are going to have 2 hours on Zoom and then 1 hour for the assignment at your pace. Okay, good. And next week, it's Monday and Tuesday at the same time, all right? And the last day, which is Tuesday, it's a kind of micro teaching. We are going to choose some applications who are eager to teach online because, as I told you last time, it's a shift. Now everyone teaching online because we don't know what the future will come or will bring us. So it's very important to learn how to face, but also online. So it's going to be a good opportunity for some of you to teach their colleagues online. Each one will have 15 minutes, which means that there are three stages: the presentation, practice, and only one stage to present. So we will have 3 hours, then we are going to give you the feedback. So this is the agenda of this program. Okay, good. Now, can someone remind me about last session, what we covered exactly? What we covered exactly? Do you remember? Can you write, please, in the chat box? Can someone remind me? Okay. Okay, Hamza said KISS, yeah, which stands for keep it short and simple. Kareem, teaching grammar communicatively. Yes, PPP, Ben Ramaq, teaching grammar communicatively. So different approaches, yeah, a lot of ideas. Khawla, we have covered. So this is what we did last time, and we talked about some very important tips when you are teaching grammar. Number one, color coding. Number two, communicative activities. So we have analyzed 2 lessons. One lesson is based on non-communicative activities, but the other one on conversations, dialogues, interaction between students, then teachers, students, okay. Then we talked about how to create a fun and enjoyable learning environment so our students will not feel bored and demotivated, okay. Interesting. Good. Now, let me start the today's session. It's about how to teach vocabulary effectively. We are going to discuss, to analyze, to reflect on the top ways. Okay, so let me share my screen first. Can you see, please? Yes, can you please write in the chat box? Do you see my screen? Yes, so Asiya said yes. Okay, thank you. So, top ways of teaching vocabulary lessons. Okay, and here, just 1 second, sorry. Many teachers get confused about teaching vocabulary because vocabulary can be taught every day. We are teaching writing. Okay, just 1 second to disable this one. Okay. So you can teach grammar, sorry, you can teach vocabulary when you are teaching writing. Students need some vocabulary words. When you are teaching reading, you can start with sub-skills. Pre-teach vocabulary. When you are teaching, again, pre-stage, teaching words. So vocabulary can be taught during all the lessons. But here you can between teaching vocabulary as the main skill, as the main lesson, or as a sub-skill. When we say teach vocabulary as a sub-skill, it's for 10 minutes, like 3 stages, teach vocabulary. But we can also teach vocabulary as main skill in one session, 1 hour or 45 minutes. So please, let's make a difference between the two. Teaching grammar as a macro or micro skill. Okay, macro and micro. All right. Good. So these are the objectives of today's session. We're going to have an introduction warm-up. Then we talked about some challenges, some problems that teachers may face while teaching vocabulary. Then we talked about the stages. Very important when you are teaching vocabulary. What are the stages exactly? Then techniques, or there's something here missing, techniques and strategies. Practice, yes, we are going to practice. And then recommendations. So these are the objectives of today's session. All right. So no question here, no comment so far about the objectives. So Sukaina said the macro. Macro is the main skill. So when you are teaching reading, the whole session, 60 minutes is macro. Okay. Now, when you are teaching grammar, you may start with a reading text, creating context. This is a micro. So reading is a sub-skill, is micro. Good. Now, vocabulary. When you are teaching vocabulary as the main, the whole session, it's macro skill. Reading, you have to start with pre-reading activities. And one of these activities is pre-teach vocabulary. So pre-teaching vocabulary is a micro sub-skill. Is it clear so far? All right. Okay. Good. Next. So Wilkins wrote in 1972, while without grammar can be, without vocabulary, nothing can be conveyed. So what do you think about this quote? Can you please reflect on it? What's the message? I give you 1 minute. Can you please reflect on it in the chat box? Yes, please. Starting from what students know to build what they don't know. Ben Ramak, okay. Mustaqil said without words, there is no communication. Interesting. Jihad, yeah. Abdullah, without vocabulary, you have nothing to work with. Interesting. Asiya, vocabulary more important than grammar. Here we are talking about the importance. All right. Ashraf, vocabulary is more important than grammar. Vocabulary is, yeah. Ramak, without getting vocabulary, yes, a lot of عواطف الباز. Vocabulary is the base of communication. Ghamdi, words are the tools for communication. All right. Linda, vocabulary is the language. Wow, I like it. Umayma, vocabulary is a system. Interesting. Muna, the core of communication is to understand, other languages. Dali, we cannot, so Dali, you cannot communicate without words. Yeah, very interesting here. Sorry. So here some of you talked about vocabulary is more important than grammar. What do you think? Do you think that vocabulary is more important than grammar, or grammar is more important, or what? It's a very interesting question. Yes, please. I said not at all. I don't agree, Muhammad. Very good. All right. People can understand you without suitable grammar. Rules, yeah. Saudi, they can be conveyed. I think they go hand in hand. All right, Nadia, both are important. Yes, for me, both are important because what is my objective is at the end to have a good learner. A good learner is a student who is good at writing, at speaking, at grammar, at vocabulary. So this is the importance. All right. But the problem is that we focus more on teaching the structure or teaching vocabulary in isolation, just helping them to memorize them. There is no context, no communication. Now, let's start with a situation. Yasir is a teacher. So Yasir spent so much time preparing his vocabulary lesson. Yasir taught a lesson about vocabulary. The level is elementary level. How related to the topic of fruit and prepared good questions to elicit or for eliciting words. So the topic is fruit, the level elementary, the words he taught 16. Yes, he felt did not go well during the lesson. There was something wrong about his teaching style or about the learners, we don't know. In the end, some students told him politely, teacher, it took a long time for me to learn the new words. So here, the question 1 and 2, what was wrong with Yasir's lesson? Number 2, what should be done to make his lesson interesting and engaging? Let's start with number 1. What was wrong? The problem with the student or with the learner? If it's with the learner, what's the problem? If the student was the problem? Okay, so write please in the chat box. So Khawla, there is no convenient atmosphere. Masoudi, 16 words are too much. Excellent, Masoudi, I like it. Too many words, yeah. 16 words is too much. Hasna, good. Linda, yeah, lack of, yeah, contacts, the teacher. Dali, no contacts. Karim, the quantity, good. Miriam, too much. Yeah, Layla, we need content. All right, no realia or visuals. Aisha, words, too many words, yeah. Miriam, lack of teaching aids. Ikram, hard for students. Good. Janil, no visuals. Fatima, no visuals. Good. Sundus, questions to learn, but need pictures. Interesting. Good. That's nice. Now, what about number 2? What should be done to make Yasir's lesson interesting? What he should be? Yeah, yeah. Can you go to number 2? It's Purposeful purpose. Good. Ardija, yes. Karim, provide pictures, visual aids, integrating different activities. Muhammad, Jamal. Okay. Fuad, video, using videos. Good. Maryam. Sukaina, visual techniques. Yeah. Okay. Yes, all of you talked about VA, visual aids. That's interesting, but integration activities, khawla. Uh-huh. All right. Ashraf, it should be made more concrete. Yes, good. Ikram, adopt styles of learning. Yes, games. Muna, bravo, I like it. Games, very good job. ICT, Hasna, Sahi, very good. Technology. Kautar, using Realia, great. Ikram, songs, perfect. Interesting idea, okay. Games, Dikra, okay. Miriam, games, pictures. Sukina, translation. We may, yeah, we will talk about this one. Okay, very interesting suggestions. Now, here, yes, here number one. Remember what I said last into account the queen, the king. Education is the student, his needs, his wants, the level, the interests, the attitudes, the capacity of understanding. Okay, so here teaching elementary level beginners, like beginners, and 16 new words may be too much, maybe a lot for them. We will see why 16 words are too much. They are a lot. Okay, so the number, yeah, maybe there is a problem with the number of words. Number two, there's another problem. There is no variety of activities. There is no variety of materials. Because in the end, some students told him politely that it took a long time to learn. Because you are not only teaching learners to know about the words, but you have to provide them with the skill or the skills of what? Remembering words, techniques. To use the words, to remember them. So these are the problems. Now, what should be done? It's very important. Some of you said games. I agree. Realia, I agree. Pictures, perfect. Songs. Students are crazy about singing in class, okay? So variety of activities, creating fun, enjoyable learning environments, okay, etc. Okay, we are going to see here. So number one, the feedback we can give to, yes, it's not good to elicit each word individually. It's not good. There must be context, communication, interaction. Number two, 16 might be a large number of words to teach in one session. I'm going to design my lesson plan at home. I'm going to take into account the level of my learners. So elementary, maybe 16, no. For advanced, yeah, more than 20, no problem. But the level here, maybe it's a large number. Number three, it's important. Yeah, for number two, why it's a large number? Because we will see. You are not just going to teach a word. You are going to teach three parts of the word. We will discuss these three aspects or parts. Number three, it's important to teach not only the meaning, but also the written and spoken form. That's why sometimes it's time consuming. Number one, the meaning. Number two, the written form. Number three, the spoken form. So imagine 16 words multiplied by 3. It's a lot. Number four, there was no concept checking. Yasir did not check understanding, did not use concept questions. Okay. Number five, as I told you, there was no variety or there were no variety of activities. So no comments so far about his problem, challenges. Okay, so Mr. said no, it's okay. All right, good. So this is some of the challenges that teachers may face is the number of words they may use. Okay, so please pay attention, which means you don't have to be a slave to the textbook. The textbook must be the slave and you must be the boss. You adapt it. In the textbook, when you are teaching a vocabulary lesson, you may find there are more than 25 words, but you are teaching elementary. I'm not going to stick to these numbers. No, I'm going to adapt according to the level of my learners. I'm going to use only 10, 15, okay. It's the most important. Is at the end, I have to meet my learners' needs and wants. I may bombard them with a lot of words, but at the end, they get confused. Okay. All right. Yes, Deli said we don't have a vocabulary lesson. Yes, what do you think? Yes, there are. We can teach vocabulary for one session. Okay, but communicatively, we use the words, then there's a conversation. In the practice, yeah, conversation, role plays, then they can write about, for example, using words about fruit in a paragraph, and then they share. So we can teach vocabulary in one lesson, okay? So do you hear me well? Is it clear? Okay, good. So let's move to the next slide. So when we teach vocabulary, what exactly are we teaching? Can you write again in the chat box? When we teach vocabulary, what exactly are we teaching? So Abdelmalik said collocations, interesting. Abdelmalik, idioms, daily words, meaning use. Okay. Sundus, morphology. Nadia, the language. Ikram, meaning. Semantics. All right. I don't know. Yeah, meaning. Pronunciation. Kautar, yeah, meaning. Words, new words, commonly used vocabulary. Lesson keywords are taught before the main spelling. Okay, fixed expressions. Morphology. Phonics, all right, to use in real life. All right, interesting. So let's see here. Yes, these are the things we teach. So we teach three: the form, the meaning, and the use. Very important aspects when you are teaching vocabulary. And I'm sure that your ex-teachers missed one of these. Sometimes they just pronounce the word and they don't write it. And they don't mark where is the spelling, sorry, the stress, it's pronunciation. Okay. Sometimes they just teach you the form. But if you wanna teach vocabulary effectively, form, meaning, use. For example, you wanna teach fruit, like a banana, okay. Number one, you can show them realia, a banana, or visual aids, a picture. This is a banana, okay. You write it on the whiteboard. What is this? The written form, the written form, okay. Then you tell them to repeat, please repeat a banana. This is what? Pronunciation, and you mark the stress. So you are still working on the form. Good. Then you tell them the meaning. For example, if you are teaching a terrorist, you can say it has negative connotations. Okay. If you are teaching a banana, between two brackets, you write V or N, adjective. Okay, so it's very important to include the three aspects when you are teaching vocabulary. That would help. A banana, you write on the board, you mark the stress, and between two brackets, it's a noun, fruit, etc. Okay, so the form, here we have spelling and stress. The meaning, definitions, denotation, and any strong connotations. Self-confidence, positive meaning. Arrogant, negative meaning. Okay. The use, is this a verb, noun, it's part of speech, or grammatic information? Hey, it's informal. Hello is formal. Okay. Then style, okay, etc. So these are very important to teach vocabulary effectively. targeting the three aspects. Next, now here, let's have some practice. Look at the vocabulary lesson. Number one, I want you, number one, name the stages. When we are teaching vocabulary, what are the stages based on this lesson? Number two, name the techniques used for each stage. So let's start with number one. How many tasks do we have? How many? We have three. Very good. Three. So let's see here. So this is number one. Okay, and here number two, and here number three. Good. I would like to give you 1 minute. I want you to have a look at 1, 2, 3, and then you name how many stages and what are they. Please, 1 minute. Yes, you can write in the chat box. So this book, some are asking about this book. Let me show it to you. This is the book. This is Outlook. It's a Moroccan textbook, Outlook. This is a book for 10th grade. It's the first year at the high school. Okay, Common Core, Tronc commun. Okay, so some participant here said they can remember that they had this book once they were high school students. Okay, interesting. So what are the stages? Number one, what is the stage? Number one, presentation. Muhammad Amin, good. Practice. Muhammad Amin, Alwani, yes, practice. Samira, number one, presentation. Umayma, presentation. Hind, presenting words. Okay. Yeah, presenting, practice, chicken, understanding. Okay, Ben Ramaq. So how many stages are there? How many? How many? 3, Ben Ramaq. 3. Fuad, Awatif, Firdaus, Mary, Kautar. Yes, Miriam, Muna. Yes, 3. Okay, that's interesting. So, as I told you in the beginning, don't be a slave to the textbook. There are 3 activities, which means if we stick to the textbook, we may skip or miss other stages. So let's start with number one. Number one, most of you said it's a presentation. Good. Number two, some said practice. Good. Number three, what's number three? Number three. Activity number 3 stands for which stage? Production. Good. Hind, Kautar, Sukaina. Yeah. You know, Ben Ramaq is not check understanding. Ben Ramaq, let me explain something very important. Concept checking is after presentation. Concept checking. You have to make sure that students understand the meaning, the form, the written form, the spoken form. Then you can move to practice. Okay, good. So now, if you stick to this textbook, you are going to skip other stages. Now, number one, we can start with building interest. Building interest. You can start with another activity, no problem. You can start with pictures. You can start with a video. You can start with a riddle. Okay, for example, okay, to build interest. Then you move to presenting, creating contacts. And this is the word map. Word map is a good technique. So now I'm talking about techniques used in presentation. Word map, brainstorming, generating ideas. Okay, good. Number two is practice, and the techniques is visual representation. We are using here pictures, visual aids. It's a technique, very good, for suiting different learning styles, visual learners. Okay, number three is the production or the free practice. Number two is restrict practice and free practice. Good. All right. Now, what is the concept checking? It's you who can work on it. So after I finish number one, I'm going to design some concept questions to make sure that students pronounce the words correctly, spell them correctly, and they know their use or uses. Okay, then we can move to practice. All right, interesting. Let me move to the next slide. So here we talked about 4 stages, yeah? So these are the stages. Number 1, presentation, presenting vocabulary. Number 2, checking understanding. Number 3, just 1 second. Number 3 is practicing and there are 2 types of practice: restricted or freer practice. We can call it production. Okay, good. Then we have report back, is correction, peer work, group work, class work, etc. Class, yeah, correction. All right, so these are the stages about teaching vocabulary. So you start with presenting. How? Give them a text. How? Use pictures. How? Use videos. How? Start with your body language. How? Modeling. Invite them here, okay, and try to play roles. It's not practice, but it's part of presenting the lesson. Check and understanding, there are certain questions you have to work on to check, understand. Then practice, you have to. For restricted practice, you can use gap filling, matching, completion task, reorder, the odd one is out, correct the mistake. For free practice, we have discussions, role plays, dialogues, debates, description, writing, etc. All right, is it clear so far about stages? Yes, all right. So let's move on to the next one. Yeah, the second lesson. So look at this vocabulary lesson. How are vocabulary items presented? How? So look here. Activity 1, 2, and 3. And number 2, which exercise will students be free to use their own language? Is it exercise 1, 2, or 3? So let me give you 1 minute. Let's start with number 1. How are vocabulary items or are items presented? How? What is the technique or what are the techniques used here? VA, صمود, VA, counter matching, counter, VA, عبد الملك, variety of activities, good. Sparse vocabulary, Miriam, matching and sense completion. Kareem, visual, good. Matching, Sarah. Yeah, Muhammad, matching. Hayat, matching. Iman, categorizing. Muna, matching, yes. Benramak, pictures. Yes, here basically there is a visual aids is one of the techniques. But as a teacher, do you have only one technique to present vocabulary? Yes or no? There are many techniques. And again, don't be a slave to the textbook. Be the boss, the master, creative, be innovative. So what are other techniques you can use to present vocabulary? Give me other techniques. Using songs. Okay, interesting. Realia, I like. Gestures, wonderful. Videos, flashcards, wonderful. Aziz, painting, yeah. If you are good at drawing, you can draw. Mime Hasna, good. Body language, yes. Using gestures, actions, flash, storytelling, all right. Habiba, spider map, okay. Good. Authentic videos, interesting. Fuad, visuals, Kautar. Videos, okay. Movie clips, okay. Miriam. Amal, games, Asiya, activities. Yeah, there are many techniques. A banana. You can use a picture. Or you can bring banana itself as a real object, which is a realia. Or you can mime. It's a banana, okay. Or give a definition. Definition. It's a type of fruit. Its color is yellow. You know, monkeys are crazy about eating which type of fruit? Which types? Yes, a banana. Very good. Or translation. But translation is the last technique that you can use. Okay, or guessing, yeah. All right. Now, which exercise will students be free to use their own language? Exercise 1, 2, 3, Samira, Maroufi, 2, Kautar 3, Muhammad number 1, Kautar 3, yes, Khawla 3, Muhammad Amin 3, Kautar 1, Fuad 3, Yahya 3, Muna number 1. It is number 3. It is number 3, the production. Students are free to use their own language. So remember that the last exercise, yes, here it's a part of gap filling. Okay, but it's also there is some freedom. Okay, good. Or you can design your own activity. You can design your own activity to encourage autonomous learning. For example, choose from these words: keep, search, set, use word. Choose 4 words and write a paragraph, a short paragraph. Or, yeah, it's a speaking activity. You can talk with your friend using these words, okay, etc. All right, now let's move on to the next slide. Now, these are the techniques. When you are presenting vocabulary, you have different choices. Okay, you can use a picture, realia, opposite, black, white, tall, short, fast, slow, fat, thin, opposites, and also body language. This is body language. Okay, context. Give them a text to read and to guess the meaning. Translation. Banana in Arabic, al-mawz, or mawzatun, or something like that, okay. A man in Arabic, al-rajul, okay. But I don't like translation, I don't like it. I resort till I have nothing to do, especially when I'm teaching difficult words, concepts we cannot touch. They are very hard for learners to grasp. Then I can opt for translation. Or definitions. Remember, banana is a type of fruit, its color is yellow. Or body language. Okay. Yes, is it clear so far about the techniques when presenting vocabulary? All right, thank you. So let's see here. The next slide. Now let's practice. So look here. It's class beginners. It's a presentation. But let me go to the questions first. These are the questions. This is the exercise. So please, you have to remember beginners class. We are going to start with beginners class, then we move to elementary, then intermediate. So beginners class. Number 1, we are going to read the presentation number 1, and you answer these 3 questions. Question number 1, how is the meaning conveyed? How? Using a picture, realia, definition, translation, body language. Then, is the spoken form practice or not? Did the teacher practice with students the spoken form or not? And number 3, how is the written form made clear? How, what techniques the teacher used to help them, okay, know about the written form? Okay, is this clear about these 3 questions? Yes, please. So number 1, the meaning. Number 2, pronunciation, spoken. Number 3, the written form. So let's go back to presentation number 1. So presentation number 1, remember, class beginners. Teacher is gonna start. What is this? And the teacher is holding a picture of a banana. What is this? Teacher, listen, listen. Banana, banana. Please repeat, all of you. Repeat, banana. Again, banana. Good. Again, teacher holds a picture of an apple. Please repeat after me. An apple. All of you. An apple. Good. An apple. Kareem. An apple. Muna. Leila. Good. Now, how is the meaning conveyed? and the written form. And number 3 is the, so let's go back. How is the meaning conveyed? How is the spoken form practiced? And how is the written form made? So let's go back here. Let's start with the meaning. Can you write in the chat box, how is the meaning conveyed? The meaning, start with number 1, the meaning, using realia, picture, it's not realia, picture, good, using visual aids, pictures, yeah, or flashcards, good. Number 2, how is the spoken form practiced? Repetition, drilling, Hasna, drilling, Sarah, repetition, yes, Kautar, drill, yeah, drilling, good. Spelling stress, drilling. All right. Number 3, how is the form made clear for learners? The form, the written form. Dali said no written, no applicable. The written form is overlooked. No. Yeah. So the teacher here skipped or forgot or missed how to present the written form. This is what I told you at the very beginning. When presenting vocabulary, the form, spoken, written, okay, the use, etc. So we have to present the 3 aspects. So he did not. So when students are given the opportunity to practice, they are going to make a lot of spelling mistakes because they don't know how the word is written or spelled. Do you agree? Okay. So let's move to the second situation. The same questions, but here, presentation number 2, class elementary. Students, a student is going to ask the teacher, what means fruit or fruit? Some students, they say fruit, like fruit, okay. Teacher, we say fruit, like fruit. Can you repeat? Fruit, like boot, fruit, you, fruit, you, all of you, fruit, very good job. Oranges, bananas, and apples are types of fruit. Students, oh, teacher, thank you. So, number 1, the meaning. How is conveyed the meaning? Explanation, giving examples, Al-Said, okay, Ashraf, spoken form, example, through definitions, okay. Yeah, examples, yeah, good. Now, what about the, yes, the second question, this one. Is the spoken form practice or not? Spoken form. Good. Very good. Yeah, and here it's very interesting because the teacher started with what students already know. Students already knew about boots. We know boots, even in Darija or in Arabic or in French, okay. It's very good to associate, okay. And what about the written? Not delivered. No, some, yeah. Said, no. Amal, spelling, okay, no spelling, okay. Hana, no, or Hana, no. Samira, no, not mentioned. All right, good. Interesting. Now let's move to the third presentation. Intermediate class. Student, sorry, teacher, what does exhausted mean? Teacher, yes, please, who knows the meaning? Can someone help your friend, your classmate? Anyone to help? What do you mean by exhausted? Student, tired, teacher, tired. Teacher, yes, but just tired or very tired? Student 3, very tired. That's right, very tired. Teacher writes exhausted on the board. So the meaning, how is the meaning conveyed? How? miming, brainstorming, interact among students. Okay. Gestures, explain body language. All right, interesting. Now, number 2, the spoken form. How is practice spoken form? Repetition, drilling. Okay, communication. Hamza, no repetition. Al Saeed said no repetition. Okay, drilling again. What about the use? Oh, sorry, I mean the written form. The written form on the board, the whiteboard. So teacher writes exhausted on the board. Okay, good. So let's see here. So this is the correction. Presentation number 1. How is the meaning conveyed? Banana, by using pictures. Is the spoken form practice? Yes, the teacher said repeat after me. How is the written form made clear? The teacher writes it on the board. Elementary class, write word relationships, giving examples. Okay. Is the spoken form practice? Yes. How is the written form made clear? It is not dealt with. Okay. The teacher did not work on that. Intermediate class, exhausted, with the words relationships, synonyms. Exhausted means very tired. Is the spoken form practice sounds not important since the learner already said correctly? So there is no need. Okay. And the written form, the teacher writes it on the board. Okay, again, any comments, questions so far? Yes, please. Or to move to the next slide. Okay, thanks. It's clear. Yeah, thank you. So please remember meaning, spoken form, the use when you are teaching vocabulary. That's why we said about yes here situation, 16 words. Teaching elementary level student is a lot. For each word, you have to tackle 3 aspects: meaning, form, spoken and written. Okay. Good. So the next one. Here, we finish with number 1. Stage number 1 is presentation. Presenting vocabulary using different techniques, realia, pictures, opposites, definitions, body language, etc. Translation. Now we move to checking. Yes, Ramak. Checking understanding. I have to make sure before my learners practice using the vocabulary items, I have to make sure they understood their meaning. So techniques here. The teacher asks a learner to translate the word into their own language. I want to make sure that students know the meaning of banana. I'm going to say, yes, please, Ja'far, can you translate banana in Arabic or in French? What does it mean? So here, what's the advantages and disadvantages? What do you think? Let's start with the first one. Translation technique. Positive and negative effects. Let's start with positive. Positive technique. Amal, quick. I like them. Very good. It's very quick. Time saving. Time saving. Quickly. Yes. Code switching. Good. Janelle. Okay. عواطف برواحية. Time saving. حول effective. Check understanding. Time saving. Good. So it's very quick. Okay. Now, what about the negative points about translation? Negative. Negative. Good, Miriam. Think in Arabic, not in English. Interesting. Yes, using mother tongue. Amal, interference. Good. Students will get used to it. Awatif. Good. I like it. A lazy way, Habiba. Good. Lack of communication. Get used to it. Good. Sumuda. Yes, neglect the target language, thinking Arabic, short-term learning. Good. Number 1, you will encourage your learners to communicate in Arabic when they have problems. Okay, you see, it's so as I told in the very beginning, try to avoid translation technique unless you have no other techniques to use, especially when you are teaching concept terms or nouns or. Okay. Now, number two, B, the teacher asks the students to use the word in a sentence. It's good to make sure they understood. Please, Leila, write a banana in a sentence. Do you understand? Yes. Leila, did you understand? Yes. So write in a sentence. So what do you think? What is positive about writing in a sentence? It's a good way. Okay, good. Practice. Using a context. Yeah, there is context. Very good. Check understanding. Okay, know the context. Good. Wonderful way to check understanding, Habiba. Okay. Kautar, okay, make sure they get the right meaning. Yes, something positive about is that writing a sentence will help the teacher 100% to see if the learner grasps the meaning or not. Okay, so it's very helpful for the teacher to know. The drawbacks, can you write again, drawbacks? Misunderstand of the word and using it in the wrong context. Yeah, challenging. I like it. Abdul Malik Murabit, very good. It's very hard, especially it's writing, to write a sentence. Spelling errors, yeah, they may make a lot of, but I don't care if they make spelling mistakes. I don't care. I care about understanding, concept checking. They understood. It's hard for slow learners, okay. Face difficulties, yeah. It's very hard to write sentence, yeah, it's difficult. And it's time. The first one, it saves your time, but the second time is time consuming. Yeah, it takes time. All right. So you have 5 words. Write them in sentences. 5 sentences. It's a paragraph. It's an email. C, the teacher asks, do you understand? What do you think about this one? Personally, I don't like it. Advantages. Orson will say they understand. Good, Hasna, okay. Awatif, not a good way, not effective, Badi'a, but as negative. Yes, Humadi, laughing out loud. Yeah. Habib, I hate it too. No, they may be shy. Good. They may be shy and they say yes. So never ask students if they understand or not. Good. I guess there is no advantages behind asking them, do you understand? Unless you know your learners very well. They are not shy students. They can tell you yes or no. Okay, good. What about the advantages, the positive points behind using this concept or this concept question? Skipping responsibility, Mr. Alex, okay. It can work when teaching 101 students. Yeah, very funny. Yeah, we are teaching a lot of students, 100. Yeah, do you understand? Okay, because you cannot use concept questions for a large number of learners. Easy to administer, yeah, good. Okay, that's interesting. So remember, number 1, presenting using different techniques. Once you finish, it's time for checking understanding. Now, what's the next stage? Can you guess? The next stage is after checking understanding, after the concept check is practice. Abdul Malik, Amal practicing, Mary practicing, okay. Badia practicing, Dali practicing, Habiba, Dawdi practicing, Iman practicing, Hasna, good, it's practice. Now, we have 2 types of practice. and please don't get confused. We can call them practice and production, or restricted practice and free practice. Here there are some examples. Restricted practice is a bit easier. Gap filling, they just have to fill in the gaps. They just have to match. They just have to complete or match or choose the right answer. Now, free practice is somehow challenging, but there is freedom. Here we are encouraging autonomous learning, because here learners are going to use their own words, and it gives a good, it's a good it's a good opportunity for the teacher to observe, to evaluate, to assess if learners understand or not. Okay, good. So these are some examples of restricted and free practice. Here, free practice, we can also call it production stage, production. Good, next. Now, it's you. You are going to practice. So let's practice. How would you teach the following words? Number one, how will you convey the meaning, written and spoken forms? And how will you check that the words have been understood? Let's start with yellow. And I'm sure that most of you will use different techniques. Yellow, how will you convey the meaning? Yellow, right in the chat box, yellow. Yes, so pictures, Fuad, Rialia, Leila, very good. Amal, visuals, Sukaina, pictures. A banana is a yellow, definition, yeah, explanation, Tariq. Mary, Maimin, Yahya, Rialia, good. Yemeni, VA, good. Najia, VA, Rialia, Ines, songs, Ines, good. Painting, drawing, good. Pictures, Rihab, Yahya, photos, Rialia, oh yeah. I observed something. You all talked about pictures, realia. What about other techniques? What about definitions? What about opposites? What about body language? What about gestures? Okay, the sun, excellent, Dikra, I like it. The color of the sun is yellow. The color of the banana is, look at this picture. This color is yellow. Okay, good. Now, how will you make both the written and spoken form clear? Written form, what are you going to use for the written? Writing on the board and repetition. Good, Saida. Humadi, give examples. Interesting. Ines, the board. Miriam, songs. Aziz, what does realia mean? Realia is when you bring real objects. The phone, this is the phone. Okay, so it's the realia. All right, this is a realia. But you can use a picture. Banana, you go to the souk, to the supermarket, you bring banana. Okay, you show it to them. Real objects. Now, how will you check that the words have been understood? How would you check that yellow has been understood? Right in the chat. Give me good concept questions. No, give me a concept. Ask your learners. Give me concept questions. Write a sentence. No, don't say example or give me the example. Demonstrate. For example, showing different colors. Very good. Alex, colors of the sky. Is a banana yellow? I like it. Abdul Malik. Good. Sumud mentioning, okay, is the sun red? Very good. Give an example of something yellow. Good, Dikra. These are concept questions. It's a question or a sentence. Give me one thing from your bag which is red. Very good. What color is this? Excellent. Nabila, what color of lemon? Wonderful. Ben Dawood, show your students an object with a yellow color. Very good. You can say the sun. Do you know the sun? What color is the sun? Is it yellow or blue? Okay. Or write yellow in a sentence. Good. Or show a picture. What color is this? Or which color is yellow? This color or this color? Or yeah, you give them like a story or a personalized. I'm a fruit. I'm sweet. I have got a yellow color. So who am I? Banana. Good. All right. Something like that. Is it clear so far? Yes, please. Now, let's move to water. Water. Can someone? Yes. Using realia. Good. Okay, that's interesting. Using realia. Gestures for Amal, Hasna, realia, Nadia, realia, Ikram, realia. Humadi, body language. Good. Ines, bring a bottle of water. Interesting. Drinking. I'm drinking water. Good. Thirsty. Yes, same process, Linda, okay? Yeah, drinking. So there are many techniques that you can use. But the easiest one is to use your body language or realia. Look, it's a bar of water. Okay. Good. Now, what about the written form? How? Again, how? The written form. The written form, how can you, or how will you make both the written and spoken form clear? Yes, but you write on the board. That's it? You just write on the board? No, you write on the board and you mark. You mark what? You mark if there is stress or not. And then between two brackets, you write if it is a noun or a verb. If it is informal or informal. If it has negative or positive connotations. Okay. Denotation, connotation. Okay. So please don't miss the three aspects when you are teaching vocabulary. Good. Now, empty. Empty, how would you convey the meaning? Empty. Miming. Okay. Miming. Can someone use the opposite? What can you say if it's the opposite? What can you say? Full. Very good. Ikram, body language. Humadi, full. Yeah. Abdul Malik, yeah. So you can use the opposite. All right. Interesting. Good. Now, the written form and spoken, again, the same. What about concept checking? What would you say? What questions you would ask your learners to make sure that they understood or not? Can you please write in the chat box again? Empty. Show two bottles. One is full and one, wow, I like this one. Siren or siren, yeah? Interesting. Delhi, is your bag full? Very good, Delhi, yeah. Abdul Malik, is your bag empty? Wow, is this class empty? Burwah, Khalid, wonderful. Yeah, very interesting questions. I really learned from you, okay. Use their bags, okay. If they are empty or full, good, wonderful. Is the glass full or empty? Good. Yes, no questions. My pocket is empty. Show it to them. Good, Tariq, okay. Ben Ramaq, pen. Ah, the pen. Very good, Ben Ramaq. The pen is empty or full, okay. Use a pencil case. Excellent, Ben Dawood. Samira, is the class floor empty? Yeah, I like, ask them. Yeah. Interesting, very nice questions. Yeah, the last one, orange juice. Collocations, two words. Orange juice. How would you convey the meaning? What would you say? Rialia Hasna. Okay, Hana, picture, drawing. Ben Ramaq, definition, Leila. Good, contacts, wonderful, drawing. Yes, if you say definition, if you want to give definition, what would you say? Yeah, give me the definition of orange juice. Give me the definition. Color coding and VA. You know, give me the sweet drink. Good, Ikram. A liquid we drink, Muhammad. Okay. It's a noun. Linda, inferring or interesting. Aziz. Okay. Sumud, kind of fruit. Good. All right. Girls drink in girls drink. Very, wow, I like this idea. Some of you, I don't know who said girls drinks. Wow, very interesting. At the cafe. And boys drinks is the coffee. Wow, I like it, yes. Wow, I'm gonna use it with my learners. I'm learning from you. Yeah, very interesting. It's culture again, culture aspects. Yeah, we drink to order when you have no money. Sumaya, good. Hamadi, they buy for their snacks. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, I like this. Now, this participant is creating a fun learn environment. It's very funny explanation or definition. Okay. And so we'll have fun. Okay. About drinking, girls are drinking orange juice, and the orange juice is more expensive than coffee, okay? Boys are drinking black coffee, okay? All right, that's interesting. Yeah, very funny, okay? All right, that's interesting. So here, remember the three aspects, which means they are time consuming, okay? That's why it's very good to choose just the most important key terms when you are teaching vocabulary, okay? So any question, remark so far, comments, or everything is clear? Okay, thank you. Good, so let's move on to the next slide. Okay, good. I'm sure that now teaching vocabulary is not an easy task. It can be easy for learners when you include the three aspects. So go back to when you were a student at the high school, you see that some teachers skipped some of these aspects. That's why we had a lot of challenges when learning vocabulary, okay, and practicing. All right, so let's move on to the next slide. Good, more practice. Let's go back to this lesson. Now, school vocabulary. Number one, how will you convey the meaning of the words? What are the words? Principal, office, typewriter, classmates, microscope, librarian, laboratory, tape, recorder, yard, secretary, printer. So how will you convey the meaning of these words? Number two, how will you make both the written and spoken forms clear? Number three, how will you check that the words have been understood? Now we are practicing. Here, I want you, number one, to focus on the number of words. What do you think? Teaching Common Core. And Common Core in the public sector in Morocco is the first time, it's the second year of studying English. They studied English in at the middle school in the 9th grade. 10th grade is the second year. What do you think about the number? Are they too much or convenient? They are good. So what do you think? Yeah, Hasna said too much. Delhi too much. I think they are too much. Interesting. Yeah, Serene or Siren too much. Khawla. Ah, I like it. Very good. So now you can visualize. You can see that the level of students, the level is elementary level students. Maybe 16 is a lot, or 12 is a, because you are going to choose the three aspects. So you may have 2 sessions instead of 1, or at least you can complete the next or the coming session. So maybe it's not too much. So it depends. It depends on the learners levels, the size of the class. If you have a large class, yeah, etc. So it depends on learners' needs, wants, age, interest levels, the size of the class, etc. Very good question, Sundus. I wonder what objective is behind learning these words. Yeah, all right, very interesting question. These are words about school, yeah, places, people, and materials or machines. All right. So principal is a person, people. Laboratory is a place. Printer is a machine. Secretary is a person, etc. Okay. Okay, good. Now, so let's start with number 1. So how would you start your lesson? Are you going directly to start with presenting the vocabulary terms or items, or you are going to start with something? Remember, start with something very important. What is it? Can you please write in the chat box? Brainstorm, good. Context, Miriam, good. Fuad, building interest. Thank you, Fuad. You cannot start your lesson presenting vocabulary. Number one, you have to prepare them, how to get them engaged, how to motivate them. Then you can start presenting the lesson. It's difficult for students to follow you if they are not motivated, if they are not interested. So please, you start with building interest. Now, can you remind me or provide me with some tools used to build interest? What are the tools? Give me the tools. Songs, Mr. Alex, great. Amal, a song. Sumaya, video, excellent. Kautar, games. Halima, discussions, good. Siham, songs. Mustafa, story, very good. Burwah, yeah, tell, yeah, story, good. Leading questions, very good. Siham, jokes. Lindia, puzzle, wonderful. Anecdote, Awatif, wonderful. Muhammad Amin, songs. Personalizing, Al Saida. Hamza, story, good. So you start with building interest, like singing a song about school or telling a joke about school stuff or about places or people or machines, etc. A funny story, okay. Tongue twister for Fuad, okay, good. Yeah, or you can use videos, okay. Then you can present, okay. But here, I basically, or we can start, for example, with here. Hello, everyone. Can you hear? Tell me what's the title? What's the title? Ah, school vocabulary. Good. Yes. And here we have pictures. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 9. Good. There are 9 pictures. Good. Another question for you. What do they have in common? Tell me something about them, okay? And of course, fast learners may spot and observe. Teacher, places, and you're right. Places, people, you're right. People, machines, and you draw a chart. People, places, machines, okay. Then modeling the exercise, modeling. So principal is a person. Laboratory, place. Secretary or classmates, people, okay. Then you give them time, okay, and you present these by matching. So here you start with brainstorming, words that go with places, words that go with people, etc. Then you can start presenting or using the techniques. So there are different ways of presenting vocabulary lesson. Okay. Yeah, we call it classification. Good, ML. Now, I'm going to give you about 5 minutes, please. I want you to practice 5 minutes, just 1 second, because you need time. Okay, we should give time for everyone to answer. Please, I want you to think about this one, number 1. Number 1. Number 2, this one, number 7. And number 12. So please, principal, laboratory, printer. I want you to take notes, please. I give you 4 minutes. You take notes. How will you convey the meaning? Put yourself, okay, in the shoes of the teacher. What would you do exactly with these 3 words? So how will you convey, what are you going to say exactly? What are you going to use? Number 2, how will you make both the written and spoken forms clear? And number 3, how will you check that the words have been understood? What questions, concept questions are going to use? So please take some time and take notes, right? So 5 minutes or 4 minutes. Yes, please. Then we can discuss. Yes, please take your time. We still have 3 minutes. Yes, you're done, all of you? Can you please write in chat box, or you need some time? You're done? Yes? Okay, so let's see. Let me read some of you. So how will you convey the meaning? Please, can you write? My lovely students, today we will make experience in laboratory. Good ML, yeah, creating contacts. بروح we can use definitions. The use of good. مستقل. Yeah, I like an idea. Some of you said he or she is going to invite the principal to come as a real, yeah, as a real object, as a real person. Good. Okay, but do you think it's a good idea? This is the principal, okay? Yeah, it's gonna be a good, but it depends on the personality of the headmaster. You see, that's interesting. Laboratory, where do we do experiments? Good, interesting. Ben Ramak, I don't think so. Yeah, you don't think so about inviting the headmaster? Yeah, it's difficult sometimes. Yeah, it's like a clown. Okay, look here. This is the principal. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Kautar said, where you study science. Now let's now move to the principle. How will you check that the words have been understood? Principle. Use the concept questions. Now, can you write the concept questions? Write the words. You. Ben Ramak, for checking the understand, I'm gonna give them some exercises to do, such as filling. No, gut feeling exercises is practice, not checking understanding. Okay. Sana writing the word and make them repeat after me. Abdul Malik, what is the name of our school's principal? Excellent. Good. Mr. Alex, is Ahmed your school principal or not? Good. Who is the principal of your school? Good, Mustaqil. Jihad. What's the name? Good. Who am I? Teacher? Student? Wow. Humadi. Bravo. I like this one. Who am I? Teacher, learner, or principal? Perfect. Very interesting concept question. Amal, the principal is nice with you. Yes or no? Good. They would say no. Okay. Labidi, picture of the headmaster. Wonderful. Linda Smith. Am I the principal? Are we studying English at the young? Good. That's nice. Now, for the next one, what's the next word? Laboratory. How would you, or how will you convey the meaning of laboratory? Laboratory. Yes. How would you convey the meaning? Yes, please. Laboratory, how would you convey? Blood test. Sana said, good. Using VA, Muhammad Amin. Good. Picture, Miriam. Where do we do analysis? Blood analysis. Good. Where do we do experiments? Picture. Okay. Definition, Badia. Where do you study science? Very good. Medicines, produce medicine. Yeah, good, Alex. Linda Smith. Picture. Wow, good. Yeah, so yeah, very interesting. Okay. Now, what about the written? So you write on the board, you highlight, you mark the stress, and drilling, repetition. Now, how will you check that students understood the meaning of laboratory? How would you? What questions would you ask? Give me the questions. Can you write, please? Is class number 2 a laboratory? Good, Kautar, yeah. Yes or no? That's nice. Where COVID-19 vaccine was developed? Wonderful. Where do you carry out experiments? Al-Sa'id, good. Fatima Zahra, use words in a sentence. Yeah, interesting. Muhammad Amin, is this a laboratory? Good. Muhammad Amin, yes, the same. Mind map, Hasna, ask students to give elements we can find in a laboratory. Good. Could you draw to me that, please? Drawing, good. Abdul Malik, what can you find in the, very good, Abdul Malik, in laboratory? Where did Einstein work? Great, in a lab. Hamad, you are providing us with great concept questions. Sumud, what kind of experiments have you done in science class? I like it, Sumud. Muhammad bin Mlihi, where the experiments take place? Good. Where do you study science? Badi'a. bin Ramak, are there any laboratories in your town? Good. Dikra, where do blood analysis laboratory or school? Good. Linda, if understood, they will say in their mother tongue. Good. Hajar, do we have laboratory here? Excellent question. The last one, number 3, printer. Printer. So how would you, or how will you convey the meaning printer? Let's practice. Techniques, what are they? Is the principal work in the laboratory? Yeah, Layla said definition. What's the definition? Borwah, using realia. Mustaqim, body language. Linda, picture. Lindia, picture. Hamza, show them a video. Good. Hanan, picture. Flashcards. Firdaus, gestures. Linda, definition. Sana, a machine that makes copies. Definition. Marofi, good. Flashcards. Rihab, video. We use it to print papers. Definition, good. Murabit, I like it. Sarah, short videos. Ilham, picture. Bin Ramak, invite them to search the components of a laptop. What about telling them to use their dictionary? What do you think? Use a dictionary. Isn't it a good technique? What do you think? When you are presenting, Fuad, it takes time. Yeah, it takes time, but here we are improving. We are helping them to be autonomous learners. Don't ask me what does it mean. ask your dictionary. This is my principle when I talk to my learners. Don't ask what does it mean. Ask your dictionary first. You have smartphone, you have dictionary application, okay, or apps there. Hard for beginners, good. So here, if you are teaching beginner levels, I agree with you. You can provide them with pictures, etc., definitions. Yeah. All right, good. Now, how will you check that the words have been understood? So what would you do? So if we want to get the hard copy of a text from computer, what do we use? Good, Mariam Barada. I like it. Uh-huh. Ben Ramaq showing them pictures. Good. Humadi asked to write Humadi, could you repeat the question, please? Yeah. Question number 3. How will you check that the words have been understood about the word printer? Lydia, what do we use to make photocopy? Good. Alex, do you have it at home? Interesting. Ask them to give you words in a sentence. Good, Hajar. Though it's difficult, yeah. Saeed or Sarah, confuse them with pictures. Najia, what do you use to print paper? Interesting. Ben Dawood, filling gap or gap filling exercise. Muhammad, we can start by the verb print, to print. Okay. Using words in context. Sabrina, okay. Samira, is there any printer in our school? Good. Ask students to draw. Good, Badia, I like it. Nabila, what do we use to make copies of? Interesting. Leila, give me a sentence on which, yeah, you use the word print. Very interesting. Thank you. That's great. Give me example, Dikra said. Okay, is this clear so far? When presenting, you present the meaning, the written, spoken. Okay, is this clear so far? Please write in the chat box. Okay, thank you. So let's move on to the next. Now, recommendations. Okay. Recommendations. Now, when you are presenting vocabulary or teaching vocabulary, we said Yasir had made a mistake. Number 1, the number of words he used. And number 2, no variety of activities. Number 3, did not did not check understanding. Now here, the recommendations, number 1, students should see and hear the language again. See stands for what? For spelling, stress, and stress. Hear, pronunciation. Okay. So remember, see and hear. Number 2, don't teach too much new language in one go. Don't teach in one go. Okay. Because it's a lot. They get confused. And we all the time, we say that learning is a process. Please don't bombard your learners with a lot of vocabulary items. This is what novice teachers do. Be innovative, creative. You are the boss. Okay, you are not the slave to the textbook or of the textbook. Okay. Don't try to teach all the meanings of a new piece of language. Okay, it's a lot. It's time consuming. Number 4, write the new language on the board again. You have to write it on the board to help them know how to spell the word or the item. Number 5, the learner's understanding of a new language needs to be checked. Building interest, creating context. Okay, presenting the form, spoken form, written form, the use. Okay, then you move to checking understanding. You make sure that students understood or not. So concept checking you will not find in the textbook. It's your job as a teacher. Okay. In the textbook, you will find only the question number 1 is presentation, 2 is the practice, and 3 the production. but you as a teacher, you have to you have to check understanding. Next, give lots of examples of the new language in context, not in isolation, in context, to understand, to guess the meaning. And the last one is students should have the opportunity to use new language in communicative situations. Like what? Role plays, debates, describing pictures, conversations, discussions, etc. Okay, so these are very important for teaching vocabulary effectively. Okay, good. So as not to forget, tonight, again, we are going to give you the assignment that will take about 1 hour. The assignment is about a video. I'm going to share with you a video, and then you are going to answer the questions. Let me share with you the questions. Just 1 second, please. Okay. So this is the task. I'm going to share with you a very interesting video about a teacher who is teaching vocabulary. And here, this is the assignment of today. Watch the video about a vocabulary lesson and answer the following questions. So the teacher is going to teach astronaut, shop assistant, farmer, artist, bus driver, doctor, actor, dentist. It's about 15 minutes. You are going to watch the video and then you answer these. How is the meaning conveyed? Use the picture, number 1. Is the spoken form practice? Yes. How is the written form made clear? Write on the board. Then we move to shop assistant, farmer, artist, bus driver, doctor, actor, dentist. Then here, number 2, how to check understanding. What concept questions does the teacher use to know if students understand the following words? Astronaut, the concept question, shop assistant, concept question, etc. And number 3, how to practice vocabulary. So what exercise does the teacher use in the controlled? Controlled means restricted practice stage. And what exercise does the teacher use in the freer practice stage? And number 1, reflection. Reflect on the teacher's way of teaching vocabulary, taking into consideration the board layout, materials and activities used, spoken and written form of new words, and drilling. You are going to write a paragraph reflecting on these areas. So this is the assignment of today. Okay, it's going to take 1 hour. Okay. So I'm going to share it with you after this session with the video, and I would like to thank those who share their assignments or submit their assignments on Google Classroom. I really enjoyed reading them. Okay, good. So let me share my slides again. Yeah, any comments so far about the assignment? Good. So thank you for today's session. And now we are going to have 15 minutes for questions, feedback, remarks, comments. I'm even going to give the floor if someone wanna speak, wanna talk. Okay. So please, time for questions, comments, etc. Yes, please. About teaching vocabulary. All right. So let me see here. So if you want to talk, just raise your hand. I'm going to give you the floor to talk. Anyone? So Nabila, okay, yes. Unmute yourself. Yes, Nabila? Yes, use the mic. Yes.
Hello.
Hello.
I just wanted to ask you about how to pay for the certificate. Since I'm from Algeria, I don't know how to do that.
Ah, interesting, yeah. Okay, thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes. So can you please mute yourself? Good. So for the certificate, as we said, that the training is for free. Let me just mute everyone again. Okay, thank you. Good. So the training is for free, but if you want to get the certificate, you have the option. Okay, it's optional. You can pay 300 Moroccan dirham. Yeah, there is the bank account. You can send it there on the bank account. We will share it with you if you are interested in the certificate. Okay, good. Yes. Any other questions about vocabulary lesson, please? So let me see. Some of you, I guess, want to talk. Yes, Shuaib. Yes, use the mic. Unmute yourself. Yes, Shuaib. Yemeni. Yes, Shuaib Yemeni. Yes, you raise your hand. Yeah, just use the mic. Another one. Let me see. Yeah. So here we have Ayat Rais. Yes, please use the mic.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much, Mr. Hussein, for this informative webinar.
My pleasure.
As we're talking about vocabulary, I just want to have like different, like if we want to start teaching beginners that has no idea about English, they just like they know they even don't know word how to teach the vocabulary except from flashcards.
Yeah, interesting question. So when you design your lesson and you want to teach some vocabulary words, you take into account the level of your learners. So here you are talking about beginners, the first time to learn the language. Yeah, one of the best techniques is to use visuals like flashcards, okay. Yeah, but you can use also body language, gestures. These are also very important. You can translate mother tongue. Okay. You can use a video. So there are different ways or different techniques when you are teaching beginners. I mean, here they are not very good at the target language. I mean, here English or French or so it's not only using pictures, but you can use a video or your body language or gestures or for example, you can mime the word. So there are many other different techniques, not only flashcards. It's a very interesting question because basically when you are teaching children, especially children, there are some effective techniques to use, which are videos, flashcards, but giving them definitions, they may not like it. Children, they don't like definitions. Okay, so all the time when we are presenting vocabulary, you take also into account the age of learners. Okay, I hope that my answer
Yes,
is clear.
thank you so much.
Okay, most welcome. So Nabila, okay, use the mic. Yes, Nabila. Okay, can you use the mic? Yeah, another question. So let me see. Yeah, there are many who want to answer. Okay, just 1 second. Can you please mute your mic, Sumaya? Okay, so let me see who wants to ask a question. Aziz, please use the mic. Salhi Aziz.
Okay, Mr. Hussein, thank you for this tutorial.
Yes, most welcome.
I would like to ask you about how many items can we teach students in a session of 2 hours?
Yeah, all right, thank you. Interesting question. Good. So here, there is no exact number. There is no exact number of teaching. I mean, number of words to teach your learners. But here, all the time, it depends on your learners' needs, wants, levels. If you are teaching beginners, and they are, I mean here, they are fast learners. So you are teaching beginners, fast learners, you can use 20 words, no problem, for example. If you are teaching beginners, slow learners, 20 words, yes, very challenging for them. So all the time, it depends on the level of your learners, the type of the lesson, the age of your learners, their interests, wants, needs, size of the class. So we cannot say there is no exact number. You see my point? So it depends on the level, the age, interests, wants, needs, etc. Okay, good. Another question? So let me see. So Ben Dawood, yes, please use the mic. Ben Dawood, do you hear me? Yeah, use the mic. So let's move to Sarah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ben Dawood, do you hear me?
Yes, teacher. Thank you.
Yes, please.
Hello, everybody. First of all, thanks, sir, for your great effort. I just want to know about the three aspects you have mentioned before. You say
Yes.
the three aspects.
Yeah. What are they?
Yes.
Good. So we have the three aspects when you are teaching vocabulary. Just 1 second. Can you please mute your mic just to avoid the...
Yeah. Okay.
So the three aspects, the meaning, number one. Number two, the form. The form we have two. The spoken pronunciation and the written spelling. And then the use. Okay, so three aspects. Okay, good. Another question, Sarah, yes, please. Yes, use the mic. Yes, Sarah, do you hear me? Okay, so let me move to another one. So, yeah, Sarah Saeed. Yes, please use the mic. Yes, make sure that your mic is on. Okay, so let me move to Ashraf. Please, Ashraf, yes, use the mic. Tikdak, Ashraf.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, please.
Thank you first, Mr. Hussein, for the great course. It is really interesting. We learned a lot.
My
I
pleasure.
just want to know more about teaching abroad, like China.
Yes.
If you may enlighten us, thank you so much.
All right, good. Yeah, so it's a very interesting question about teaching abroad. In China, I have some friends there, and also colleagues teaching there. And also we had a partnership with an agency, a recruiting agency in China. And we know that teaching in China, as some teachers, Moroccan teachers said, because up to now they are teaching there, they said that teaching there, they pay much better than teaching in Europe, which means teaching in China, high salaries, more than Europe. It's number one. Number two, they said in China, every year they are in need of people, of teachers. But they focus more on pronunciation, your accent. If you have good, accurate English, fluent English, okay, you are gonna be accepted on the spot. Okay, they provide you with everything, with the I mean, well furnished apartment, with the I mean, also the salary is very high compared to Europe, as I told you, and vacations, etc. What they ask for a degree or a diploma, but they prefer the diploma, okay, or a certificate, TEFL certificate, and you should have it at least 2 years. For example, if you want to go next year, 2021 or 2021, you you should have the degree 2 years 2 years ago. Okay, and then you go. So they are in need of teachers. Okay, and you will have between 20 to 25 or 30 hours per week. Okay, according to the most teachers who are teaching there, I mean international teachers, they have got very positive feedback and remark about teaching China. Okay, I hope the question was clear. Okay, yes, next, another one, I guess some. Okay, so yes, Fuad, please use your mic. Fuad Laouni.
Hi, sir.
Yeah, hello.
So first, thank you very much for providing us with this information.
Yeah, most welcome.
All my questions are like that. Can we, as a teacher, while teaching vocabulary, skipping the stage of building interest? For example, starting by a presentation in order to save time. We can, for example, start by presenting vocabulary through using, as you said, through using video or using pictures. And skipping the stage of building interest to save more time. For example, I can bring my laptop and show my students some pictures, and through saying what does this picture represent or what. For example, students didn't want to give the definition or the word or language item that I want. My question is like that. Can we skip the stage of building interest and focus only on presentation?
Yes, Fuad, I really couldn't hear you very well. Your voice was broken. Okay. Can you just write the question? Yeah, I'm so sorry. Can you write it? Okay, yeah, I'm gonna go back to it. Yes, sir. Others? Let me see. There are more asking. Okay. Ikram, yes, please use the mic. Yes, please, Ikram. Zuga, can you use the mic? Use again the mic. Use it again. Make sure your mic is on. Repeat. Yes.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes.
Can you hear me? Yes. Thank you, Mr. Hussein, for your efforts. My question is concerning vocabulary. It's how can we teach the abstract vocabularies for the elementary or the intermediate learners? This is my question.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Good. Yeah. Interesting question. Yeah. Yeah. We talked about that. Okay. We said we don't use translation as a technique. We can use all other techniques. They are very effective. But when the item is very hard to grasp for learners, like concrete terms or abstract terms, okay, it's very difficult to explain them. So what do we use? We use translation. So one of these techniques using translation it in the mother tongue. Yeah, but we do it endless. All the techniques may not work, but here we can use pictures. You can sometimes mime, okay, with beginners. You can use gestures. They would work. If all these techniques wouldn't work, then translation would be the best technique to use for abstract nouns. Okay, good. Yeah, the last question, and then we call it a day. Let me see. Okay. Delhi, yes, please use the mic. Delhi, yeah, use the mic. Or yes, Delhi, yes, please.
Hello, good afternoon.
Hello. Yeah.
Thank you for the nice presentation. I love it so much.
Most welcome. Thanks.
Well, I have just not a real question, but I want to know your opinion. We in Algeria, we don't have a section or a lesson called vocabulary lesson. We only teach listening and reading, writing, and grammar. What do you think about that? Any suggestions, any recommendation?
Yeah, very interesting question again. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
You're most welcome. Good. Yes. So now when we teach English, we teach the 4 skills, which is reading, writing, speaking, listening. And we teach the sub-skills, or the 3 aspects: vocabulary, grammar, pronunciation. Okay. Now, if you have a look at some international books, you will see that in that textbook there is a section, there is a lesson, a macro lesson for vocabulary. You see, here in Moroccan textbooks we have grammar as a main skill or as a main lesson. Okay, good. So in Algeria, you said that maybe they use vocabulary as a sub skill, as a micro skill, which means you can use only when you are teaching reading or writing or speaking. Okay. Yes, but you can have one session for teaching vocabulary, not mechanically, word by word, but in context, using communication, using role plays, conversation, debates, discussions, describe, write, listen, speak, okay, integration, other skills. So you can, okay, you can also use vocabulary as a macro lesson because you are the boss of your class. The textbook is just a means, okay, and then you adapt it to suit the needs of your learners, you see. So you can use vocabulary as a macro lesson. Yeah, it's okay. If you think that the vocabulary are very important for learners to use them in communication, yeah, design a whole lesson for teaching vocabulary. If you think that those vocabulary are not very important, then just use them as a sub-skill, okay? I mean, just as a pre-teaching vocabulary. Okay? You see my point? And again, it's up to you and your learners, your situation. But teaching vocabulary as a macro lesson is also very important because you cannot communicate, it's difficult unless you need the vocabulary words. You are teaching intermediate students about transportation. So you are going to give them vocabulary words about tramway, train, plane, etc. Yes, they are very important, and they have to use them in communication. They have to communicate, they have to speak, okay, using these words. One session, yeah, is enough for using these words. So again, it's up to you, okay? And it's up to, if the system in Algeria is imposing on you to abide by these, yeah, you have no other choice. But if there is freedom, a room for teachers to be creative, yes, go for it. Design a lesson only for vocabulary. Hope it's clear. Okay, thanks a lot for your contributions, participation, feedback, comments. I learned from you all the time. Yeah, very interesting concept questions. I took some notes about them because I'm going to use them with my trainees, future trainees, and also with my students, okay? So tomorrow, we continue again at 8 p.m. GMT +1. And next Monday and Tuesday is the end of the short course, okay? Remember that next week on Tuesday is time for micro teaching. So if you are interested, let me know about the stage. Is it presentation or practice or vocabulary? Remember, you have only the choice to teach grammar or vocabulary. And it's very great experience. It's online teaching. Don't tell me I have been teaching for 20 years. No, you have been teaching for 20 years, teaching face-to-face, traditional classes. Now we move to online. How are you going to teach online? Because the future is vague. We don't know what's going on. Okay, you agree with me? Okay. All right, thank you. So let's call it a day. Thank you so much. Bye. See you tomorrow at 8 p.m. Moroccan time, GMT +1. Bye.